Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 9 p.m. English news edition brought to you live from RTD channel. And tonight, headlines are: efforts to combat the ongoing drought are being intensified across affected regions and notably in Dakhil and Al Sabih regions. And on the international scene, the United Nations has opened a major conference aimed at advancing the two solutions for peace between Israel and Palestine. Welcome back in our newsroom. Food and aid delivered to Gagadi in the region as part of the regional and national response to the ongoing effect of drought launched by President Ismail Omar Gili. A humanitarian convoy has reached Gagadi, a drought-affected village in the Dakhil region. Early this morning, several trucks carrying essential food supplies were sent to Gagadi, one of the hardest hit areas. In total, 200 households received food aid along with animal feed to support local elders who rely heavily on livestock for their livelihood. The operation was overseen by the prefect of Dakhil region, Hassan Abdi Roble. He was joined by the vice president of the regional council, Ibrahim Guru, the deputy commander of Riyadh, and representative from the Ministry of Social Affairs and Solidarity. A mobile health team led by Chief Medical Officer to Dakhil was also deployed to the area. Their mission to reach vulnerable communities to provide basic medical care and monitor the health situation on the ground. This large-scale humanitarian effort will continue in the coming days, aiming to reach all areas affected by the drought. The people of Gagadi who receive the government's food aid as part of the drought response express their gratitude to the head of state and to the First Lady, President of UNFD. Men and women alike welcomed the initiative, saying the aid has reached them and came at a critical time as they were facing very difficult conditions. Let's recall that this show solidarity has brought hope and relief to the affected communities. Another humanitarian convoy arrived in Al Sabih region. In response to the severe drought affecting several regions of the country, the government of the Republic has strengthened its humanitarian relief efforts. This mobilization follows the urgent call from the President of the Republic and head of government, President Ismail Omar Gili, for a united, coordinated, and rapid response to the growing humanitarian crisis. As part of this effort, a third humanitarian convoy arrived on Sunday in Al Sabih region. The convoy included 8 trucks loaded with essential food supplies and basic necessities, marking a key step in the national emergency plan. Moving on now to the next story, a reopening of the Community Development Center in neighborhood 7Ps. On Monday, July 28, 2025, the Community Development Center in neighborhood 7Ps officially reopened its door to the public after a major rehabilitation, expansion, and equipment upgrades. The reopening ceremony was led by Dr. Hibo Mumin Asowe, Minister of Youth and Culture, in the presence of Ali Addawi, Acting President of Bulaos Commune, senior ministry officials, local elected representatives, and members of local community organizations from Kartile neighborhood. Originally built in 1970s, the CDC has undergone a full modernization under the ministry 3R program: rehabilitate, re-equip, and revitalize. The upgraded center now features an artistic events an auditorium for cultural and artistic events, a youth library, a community meeting room, a training room for educational and professional workshops, a women's center, a synthetic turf sport field, and a playground for children. In her speech, the minister said, this reopening reflects our commitment to revitalizing social and cultural infrastructure, especially for the youth. The modernized CDC of Neighborhood 7Ps will become a hub of informations. In an interview, the Minister of Youth and Culture, Dr. Hibo Mumin Asowe, described the reopening as a joyful day for the community. She recalled that the center was one of the first structures built after independence, and today its full renovation and upgrade reflect the government's strong commitment to providing modern and next generation facilities. She added that the center will serve not only as a space for cultural and social activities, but also as a hub for sport, youth training, and professional development. Located in neighborhood 7 Peace, the center connects nearby neighborhoods like Humbuli and Cité Progrès, promoting interaction among young people. The minister also emphasized that this project is part of a broader national program to modernize community centers and ensure youth have access to quality services in safe and well-equipped environment. She encouraged the youth to take full advantage of the renovated center, strengthening the government's focus on social development, especially for youth, women, and old people. This is a celebration for all of us, she said, especially for the people of Kartile neighborhood. Other news, Namibian delegation visits Djibouti for port system benchmarking. The president of Djibouti Port and Free Zones Authority, Abubakar Umar Hadi, welcomed a high-level Namibian delegation today at the Red Sea World. The group was led by Henok Garisab, director of ICT at the Namibian Port Authority, as part of a benchmarking mission focused on port community systems. Discussion Center of Djibouti's port community system, multimodal sea air cargo operations, and salt export from Lac Assal. Launched in 2018, the DPCS drew particular interest from the Namibian delegation. This digital platform connects all key stakeholders, port, customs, carriers, logistic operators, and free zones, enabling faster procedures, real-time tracking, and greater transparency across the supply chain. Djibouti's Sea Air Cargo Initiative already supports Namibian trade by linking Djibouti directly to Windhoek, serving 25 countries and 28 cities across Africa. Namibia, which operates 3 trade corridors and 2 major ports, Walvis Bay and Luderitz, also shared insight on corridor management. In return, Djibouti expressed interest in learning from Namibians' experience in managing inland logistics routes from Walvis Bay and Luderitz to landlocked countries. During their stay, the delegation toured key national infrastructure, including the Dorale Multipurpose Port, Dorale Container Terminal, the Djibouti International Free Trade Zone, the Demerjog Industrial Park, and Demerjog Oil Jetty. These visits showcase the alignment between cutting-edge infrastructure and digital innovation, further reinforcing Djibouti's role as a leading regional logistic hub. In his statement, the president of Djibouti Port and Free Zones Authority spoke to the press after an important meeting with the delegation from Namibia. The president of Djibouti Port and Free Zones Authority outlined a promising cooperation based on Djibouti's strong logistics capacity and digital ambitions. The visit of this Namibian delegation is no coincidence, he said. It is part of a shared quest for excellence and experience exchange. Our partners came to learn, he said, about our expertise in digitalizing port operations, especially real-time smart tracking of container flows. He proudly highlighted the sophistication of Djibouti's port community system, an integrated platform connecting traders, port customs, and maritime authorities. This is just a technical tool, it is the beating heart of a new generation of smooth, secure, and transparent trade, he added. Beyond digital innovation, the delegation also visited, he said, the lunar shores of Lac Assal. Our partners showed, he said, great interest in exporting this natural product, which adds real value, the president noted. Finally, he emphasized Djibouti's key role in the regional logistic network. Our port is not just a dock for ship, he finally concluded. And now we listen to the executive director of ICT at the Namibian Port Authority.
I am the lead of this mission, as we have undertaken from Namibia. For the last 2-3 days, we have been tasked by our government and by our Namibian Ports Authority to come and visit the port of Djibouti and the government of Djibouti to understand how they have walked the path in terms of implementing the port community system here. And I must confirm and attest that we are quite impressed. We really also appreciate the good gesture, the hospitality that was extended to us. And we also have been taken through by various ports that we have seen in terms of the facilities, the free zone activities that they are also engaging on. And also importantly, for the last 2 days, we had technical discussions on how the whole journey of the port community system has been undertaken by the port and the free zone authority itself. And we have learned a lot. We will obviously take away the message, the learnings, and we believe that with this collaboration that we have undertaken with our brothers this side of the world, we will continue to maintain that until we both are successful in terms of what our mandate and governments have given unto us. So we really want to thank you for your hospitality. Thank you very much.
Good news for Djibouti's port sector. On Sunday, August 27, the president of Djibouti Port and Free Zones Authority, Aboubakar Omar Hadi, received great news for the country's port sector. The United States Coast Guard, through LCDR Jenny Lane, sent their warm congratulations following an announcement in the U.S. Federal Register. This announcement lifted the entry restrictions previously placed on ships coming from Djibouti. In addition, Djibouti has been removed from the updated list of port security advisories. This is a major step forward and shows the ongoing commitment of Djibouti Port Authority to meet international safety and security standards, ensuring the protection of port facilities. And still with the national news, Djiboutian riders shine at the 18th Hargeisa International Fair Book. And after a vibrant opening, the 18th edition of the Hargeisa International Book Fair continued with rich panel discussion bringing together writers from diverse backgrounds. Djiboutian authors stood out, impressing audience with the depth of their insights and the relevance of their literary works. Taking part in several themed panels alongside regional and international writers, Djiboutian authors skillfully presented their books, highlighting stories, challenges, identities shaping Horn of Africa literature. Each session offered a chance to explore their creative process, source of inspiration, and the messages in their work. This presentation sparked a lively exchange with an audience mostly made up of young university students, intellectuals, poets, and Somaliland writers. The Djiboutian writers were warmly applauded and their work praised for cultural richness, style, and thought-provoking content. Their active participation demonstrated the dynamic nature of Djibouti's literature scene and the growing interest in this literature across the region. Djiboutian artists traveling with the delegation led by the Ministry of Youth and Culture contributed vibrant performances warmly received by the Somaliland audience. Taking the floor, the Director of Culture at the Ministry of Youth and Culture highlighted that the participation of writers, authors, and intellectuals in the fair reflects the country's commitment to strengthening cultural, artistic, and literary exchange among the people of the region through youth, art, and literature. She emphasized that such an events help build bridges between communities and promote mutual understanding. These exchanges also inspire creativity and encourage collaboration across borders, she finally concluded. Moving on now to the international scene. At the first UN conference on the two-state solution, Palestinian Prime Minister Mohammed Mustafa called for turning international commitments into a real action for a free and sovereign Palestinian state. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres emphasized that peace in the Middle East depends on this solution and condemned the illegal occupation of Palestinian lands, supported by countries like Qatar, Saudi Arabia, France. The conference follows rising tension and diplomatic efforts, including France's recent announcement to officially recognize Palestine. The Active 2025 Forum opened on July 28 in Grenada, gathering over 1,800 participants from Africa, Caribbean, and the diaspora. Under the theme Resilience and Transformation, the event aims to boost economic ties with over 12 deals signed worth $290 million in key sectors like infrastructure, education, and energy. And finally, the International Court of Justice in The Hague has issued a landmark advisory opinion declaring climate change an existential threat to all humanity. The court warns that continued greenhouse gas emission without decisive action violate fundamental human rights, including the rights to life and healthy environment. The ICJ highlights that countries most responsible for historic emissions have a special duty to support global effort to reduce climate impacts and assist vulnerable nations. So that's it for tonight's news. Thanks for being with us and have a good night.